It's pretty cool.
How did you become, because I mean, Harry Styles to me is the opposite of the Go-Go's. Like, I agree with you that as great as all your solo stuff is, the power is in the band. It's bigger than anything solo. Harry is maybe the opposite. And how did you become such a, I didn't even really know this about you until recently. How did you become such a Harry Styles fan? And what is it about
Because
Harry?
I like Harry is like to me like the new David Bowie. He encompasses everything that is fucking awesome about this music business. His two records, Fine Line and Harry's House, are two of the, I think, best pop albums ever made. They are perfection. They are perfection. The songwriting, the instrumentation, everything about it, the production, you know, they're just incredible. They're perfection. And then Harry, I don't know him. I've never met him, but he seems like a really nice fellow. I mean, and I think that's why he's like beloved all over the world, because he seems pretty real, pretty. I hope that LA don't fuck him up, because LA can do that. Like whatever. His management was our old management, so I talked to them folks, and I'm like, please don't let it, because I went to see. They set it up for me to see Harry in Austin, Kathy and I, and then they set it up for me to see Harry in LA at the Forum or the Kia Center, whatever the hell it's called. And you know, I was like saying to Susan, who's been there forever, Susan, I hope LA doesn't mess him up, man. He's so beautiful. I hope it. She's like, I think he's gonna be all right. He's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. I think he does. I hope he does, because man, he's brilliant. I don't even know if he understands how brilliant he is. He's the whole package, and he's good looking as well. How do you like that one, right?
Great style.
Look like $1,000,000. Got a great voice, and I love his lyrics. And I love the music that he wrote. I don't know what he wrote, but I would imagine those are pretty much his lyrics. And they just speak to me. And they speak to a lot of people. He's probably like the biggest thing in the world. I don't know. I just adore him.
He's like a modern day Bowie, you think?
He is, because he transforms into different things, and everything he does is okay. He's very cool with the feminine side of himself. I love that. That's like a true man. He can be anything he wants and still be himself, whatever that is. And it's all cool. It's all good. It all works because he's being real. And I think people feel that about him.
I love all of that too. What about, you've co-written songs for like Miley Cyrus, like Selena Gomez. Like, did you work like closely with like a Miley or a Selena? Or
no, I
just
did
like...
not. Miley's record was pretty much done when the two fellows that I was working with at the time, when we got Breakout on there, and that became that was right when she was going from being a kid into an adult. That was probably her last album as a teenager or whatever. But it was a great song, and it was the title track of the album. But the people at Disney, we were doing something with Disney at the time, trying to put together the next Go-Go's. So which, by the way, I can tell you who the next Go-Go's are going to be. Been waiting for over 40 years, but I know who they're going to be. Anyway, we were working on something with Disney. We had to send songs in to the folks at Disney, and a fellow there heard some songs, heard my song, one of many, and was like, "Oh my God, this is incredible." I played it for Miley and she loves it. We're going to go in and record it. I was like, and then Katy Perry, who was managed by the same folks that we were managed by at the time, by Direct, had heard the song and she wanted to do it. So I was like, I had to figure out whether to give it to Katy or Miley. And as it turns out, it went to Miley, because I have a recording of Katy singing it though. But Miley, they paid us money, and so we gave it to Miley. And then they were like, "Oh, we have this other young artist named Selena Gomez. Can you write some stuff?" So we wrote 4 songs, and they used all 4 of them, and it was their single, "Kiss and Tell." Was that the name of the record? I can't even remember. Wait, it's up here. Oh,
Miley, I know better than Selena.
Yeah, the record. Let me see what it was called. I can't even remember. Not terrible. It was "Kiss and Tell."
That sounds.
Yeah, "Kiss and Tell." That was the name of the song. That was the name of the album. Anyway, I have to fix my bubble chair.
I like it.
Yeah, Nick Cool. It's so 60s. Anyway, yeah, so Selena, yeah, we actually did work with her. She came in, recorded the vocals, and she was just a young girl at the time. she's a good girl. She's a good kid. She's been through a lot of crap too. Um, uh, and yeah, so had some songs recorded by those two major artists, and that was wonderful. And
Do you,
at that time, I felt like, wow, I might have come late in the game, and I didn't have any singles in the Go-Go's, but I had two, I've been with two major artists. I've written songs for. Yay! I'm finally being acknowledged as a songwriter. So things can never come too late. Like I was saying, David, it all works out the way it's supposed to.
do you have, I mean, they are pretty major, yes. Do you have a favorite song of the Go-Go's, just out of all the songs?
Oh Jesus.
And do you have a favorite album out of the four?
Yeah, I'll tell you what my favorite. I have two favorite albums, and one is Beauty and the Beat, and God Bless the Go-Go's. The very first and the very last. Well, actually, Club Zero is the last thing we recorded a couple years ago, which I really liked. That turned out really good. I was really very happy with that recording, despite the circumstances during the pandemic of trying to get it recorded. Anyway, those are my two favorite records, and but I'm very proud of all that we've done, all of our records. I'm proud of. And
Sure.
Return to the Valley of the Go-Go's is a really weird double set CD thing, but I love that. There's like cassette tape recordings on that record.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song or songs that you just, I mean, pick the non-hits. I mean, that's fine. They're all great.
Oh
Like, just as,
God, I don't know, Jesus, David. I don't know.
mean, there's a lot to choose from. Yes.
Yeah, there is a lot of, and there's a lot of really great songs. Really great songs.
What about, well, I was going to say also, I mean, if you don't know the answer to that, like if there's too many to choose from, what about like, is there just a hit that you are just like, I love all of you fans, but we don't play this one ever again. That's okay.
No, we always play. We might, there's certain songs you have to play, and then there's other songs that we switch around. But I love everything that we do, because we sit down and we rework things to make them more interesting and more fun to play. They're always a little slightly different than the album, but not majorly different. But they're slightly different. And then when we play live, it's pretty rocking. It's not real poppy pop sound, and it's more edgy, and because that's the way we sound.
Yeah.
And like God Bless the Go-Go's was the sound of that record is truer to what we sound like live. But wow, what a ride.
Yes, what a ride. As we wrap down, I mean, I had tickets to all these shows that were canceled due to COVID. I know you guys were overseas in the UK with Billy Idol. Like you say, you guys are together, and then, you do your other things, but you always come back together as a family. Like, talk to us about 2023. I mean, can we get this? Is there anything? Can we get some Go-Go's in our lives?
David, I have no idea. Right now, I know Belinda's busy doing solo stuff, which she's really excited about. I wish that she was excited about doing Go-Go stuff, but she's busy doing that right now. Everybody's sort of living their life and doing different things. And I hope that we can get together and do some more stuff. I mean, we have stuff that we're actually working on, believe it or not. There's always something. But I can't talk about it yet because the thing's not signed, but whatever. People still love the Go-Go's. It's crazy. And so we'll see. I don't know. I guess it depends on how Belinda's solo stuff goes or whatever.